All right, I was gonna change my shirt for you guys, but I haven't worn this shirt. I don't know if you guys, actually I think I did last week, but anyways, to hope you guys had a good day. Not gonna post as many videos today. I actually gotta get going to San Diego. Jax, you could come in if you like. He's probably gonna bug us throughout the video, but let's talk about what happened in the markets today. I went down, I realized 3 grand, but I'm down another 4,000 on some of the remaining stuff. So it's literally pretty much another grand down, 5 grand down total in the last 2 days. Yeah, today's, well, we did good on Monday. We made 4,000 Monday, gave back 4,000 yesterday, and now pretty much net gave back another 1,000 of that. So now it's down from pretty much Monday. But I want to talk about what happened today, and the market's at a weird spot here coming into close. You take a look, we gapped up, it went up, it was pretty calm and smooth, and we had this 7-hour or 6-hour live stream. You could see it, it wasn't the best one. I don't think I was really active. There's a lot, and I even explained it towards the end of the stream, you know, what I was doing from the tops to the bottom and what I'm trying to rearrange now, and seeing the performance of that. I still need to get you guys that video on the straddles. I want to show you stuff with that and kind of how we're rebalancing even now the portfolio to account for what I think is going to happen. So what I want to talk about is the stock market going down. I'm still bearish. Is it because I probably have puts that are really down? Yeah, but not necessarily. You know, I could always change that and find the position. For what I'm seeing, I'm still keeping in tune to the upside. I know a lot of people have talked about a massive short squeeze is on the way, but I've just been, you know, really, I'm waiting here on oil and the British pound, or pretty much what's going on with Brexit, because today, you know, it's moved up, it's moved down, it was very volatile, and the same thing happened today that happened yesterday. Once European markets close and they've been up, the US just kind of starts to slide off. And we didn't see much with China. We heard talks of, you know, China pretty much bought soybeans today for the first time since the trade war. They said, or Donald Trump said, he would include, you know, the Meng or whatever, the CFO of Huawei would include that in the trade deal, helping her out. So that was interesting. You could take that as positive. We're going to have the Fed minutes coming up. Pretty much we have the Fed coming up here, and then next week with the government shutdown, there's a lot. And now what I'm pretty much saying and what I'm expecting to happen, oh, and then the last piece of news that was pretty much really important to focus on, and we talked about this too with, and again, well, there's 2 things, but we talked about this on stream. It's like there is a lot of news that comes out, but you don't want to get caught in that rabbit hole of, you know, what's going on, you know, what in the sense, I'm trying to see, is that my face in there? That's not my face, is it? No, okay, that's not my face. I thought that was my face. But we were talking about what news to follow. It's easy to get caught up in this rabbit hole of, you know, chasing news that's really insignificant. So it's focusing on the right things, but there was the no confidence vote with Theresa May. That's going to happen pretty much by the time this video comes out. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I think that's going to have an effect on the market. I'm watching the pound here, you know, again, I keep it up on my screen. And then the next thing I had, I think I clicked out of it on accident. Oil. Oil, it had a draw with oil yesterday. It went up, and then all of a sudden, it pretty much gave back all those gains. And I know there's the OPEC stuff, but if you even look around 2015 seasonally, oil kind of does this, but it's not going to stay here at a while. And pretty much I'm suspecting bad news from Brexit and oil stuff to bring it down. And now this is what I'm saying. Is the stock market going to go down? Do I believe so in the short term? Yes. And do I think it's going to happen tomorrow? I think there's a possibility. But I'm thinking if it doesn't go down tomorrow, I'm saying here in the near future, if it doesn't come down before the markets start to slow down and close into Christmas, like if we don't see new lows getting set, then I think come December 26th all the way to about January 4th, 5th, 6th, or whenever the markets are open from there, that's where I'm expecting it to go down. And I'm pretty convinced on that, just with some of how the data and if things keep going this way. Now, if things change, obviously that's going to be a different story. But in this case, you know, I'm I'm watching this stuff and I'm not trying to get too jumpy, and that's where I'm setting up my plan. And a lot of the puts I have some duration on them, or decent duration, and some stuff, that's what I was doing, is selling out so I could wait and monitor this situation, because when the puts go down, or if there's, you know, if I'm expecting even 1 day of volatility or 1 day of nothing, you could set it up. Man, come on, Jax. And another thing too, I don't know if you guys, I don't know how many of you are watching the stream. We get like anywhere from 70 to like 150 people at one point, but it's, if I was talking about selling premium today, and I did it, we did it on another account, you know, there's strategies to this. And now what's going on in the market? Oh, and I have to say that too, I think another thing that could really bring down the market, that a lot of people, and myself, I was kind of, I didn't give it as much attention, and I should be, is the Federal Reserve. They're going to be having, you know, the minutes and the vote on the rates, and that is going to be a big deal. I think that if we can't forget what happened with October or November when Jay Powell had his speech, the market took it very, very well. Stocks rallied, stocks went up, but then, you know, then there was the Trump, and then Trump gave it away. But I think people might not have liked the Fed, and realistically, if I think someone asked me today, are they going to raise? I think it's a 50-50, because even though he said that at the speech, the risk is he said that at the speech, they may be indicative of that, and that may be true, but he didn't really make it. There's no guarantees, and the market priced that in very, very, very positively. So I think that if anything comes out, or even no rate hike, and then even negative language, that's not going to be the best thing for the market. So those are mainly the important things that happened throughout this just today. And again, for me, my goal, my plan is setting this stuff up. And one thing, again too, even why I'm saying throughout the weeks, I guess another piece, I said I was going to make this video on it. I want to make a video just dedicated to it, but it is Google. And that press or that interview from Congress yesterday, that was huge. You know, that is, I think that could potentially have effect if it develops negatively, but there's stuff going on in that space with the internet and all that, and we're gonna see. And then again, watch the video on the government shutdown I have too if you haven't, because that is the next level. I discussed this all on stream, so I don't know if you guys comment below, let me know who's watching the streams, because I don't know if I should include this in the recaps at the end of the day, or for some of you, I know you don't have time to go through, watch all 7 hours, so I'm trying to give you all of it, but I don't want to sound repetitive for you guys. But essentially, go watch the government shutdown video, because those same effects, and that's why I'm saying the stock market is going to go down, or I believe it is. I don't want to sound absolute. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is, and guess what? All you guys have done so far is seen me. You guys saw me win for a little bit, and now you're only seeing me lose. So, but that is kind of the cycle, and you got to, you know, part of options is not being okay with losses. You know, there's complacency and being calm. There's a difference, and being able to find that balance. But even in general, I think those are the factors we have playing, unless acted upon by an equal or opposite force that can magically drive this stuff up, or even then, and I think one of those things could be a magical trade deal. If they want this Huawei thing, they get some trade deal done, and the markets go up and they rally into even January, where I'm expecting. And if it goes past that and I'm wrong on that, and hopefully you see, I have multiple scenarios, and I'm thinking of multiple scenarios, and if one scenario occurs, what should I do, or what is a possible way I'm gonna get screwed? I'm planning for that. So don't panic, don't go too crazy with it, but you know, understand where this stuff is going. But I'm thinking all that, but I forgot what I was saying with that. I'll leave it there. If you guys are new, subscribe, like the video. 7 videos a day. We got the streams, and again too, today's stream was pretty bunk in my opinion. I wasn't I was there the whole time. You guys got to probably heard dialogue, and that's one of the best things. You could come there. We were discussing news, we were talking for a little bit, some off-topic stuff, but even then, I was really, I was on that other account and looking. I'm not always making a trade. Even on that one account, I did make some, but I feel like I'm forcing it, and I don't want to, just because I'm not liking where the premiums are. I think there is an opportunity here to get some things, but all around, this is a very interesting market we're in, so you got to be careful. So I hope that helps you guys. Hopefully you're just as cautious. Hopefully you're paper trading, and if not, check out the stream. I got to go San Diego. If I can make it back in time for tomorrow morning, or set up in San Diego by tomorrow morning, I think, because I'm going to go for Christmas, I might just take my screens, which is going to be a bitch. But if I do get there, I'll have a stream. If not, we might not be doing a stream tomorrow. So I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted. Yeah, love you all. Stay in school. Ooh.